I don't even know where I was there. I am completely lost. 1, 2, 3. First of all, welcome to the channel and thank you for stopping by. When time permits, please consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate it. Welcome to my test of the Zoom H1N audio recorder. I have unfortunately struggled with GoPro audio, and while I do manage to put out a video every week, I lose about 40% of the footage and it's really starting to irk me. So we're gonna go ahead and test out a external audio. Let's see what happens. I had initially intended to just make a video that I wasn't gonna use any of the footage for. It was just to test the video and the audio syncing to make sure that I could figure out how to do it. But today, ADV Matt released a video called something along the lines of 5 things I hate about the 390 Adventure. And I decided, well, that left a hole in my heart. So perhaps what I would do is do 5 things I truly appreciate about my 390 Adventure and the 390 Adventure in general. The first thing I truly appreciate about the 390 Adventure is the fact that it comes from the factory with everything you need to have an adventure bike. You're going to get really good crash bars. You're going to get a semi-decent skid plate that's certainly good enough for any dirt roads you're going to go down. And you're going to end up with a bike that will be good enough off-road and on-road to just take on an adventure. This bike will, from the factory, take you anywhere you want to go within reason. I mean, if it's designed for a dirt bike or a dual sport, don't go there. But within reason, if it's designed for an adventure bike, you can buy this bike and you can take it there. You'll discover, like all of us do, that there are different things you want to change, but that's going to happen even if you buy an Africa Twin. So, number 5, it really has everything you need to get started. The number 4 thing I truly appreciate about the 390 Adventure is that it is, in my opinion, the right size. With about 43 horsepower, this bike will do triple digits if you want it to, and it'll do it all day, or at least I've heard for about 3 hours. And it will also ride well on the road, ride well on the dirt, the brakes are good. Everything about this bike is sufficient to have an adventure on without having to carry what you don't want to, which is 500 plus pounds, which is what most adventure bikes are going to do. Throw your luggage on this. I carry 60 pounds to go camping. That means full of fuel with all of my camp gear on it. This bike is under 440 pounds. That's just amazing. That's less than a KLR or a Tenere or a Touareg after you fuel them and don't pack anything. So my number 4 thing is it's got plenty of power and it's lightweight at the same time. You can certainly get a smaller bike, but it's going to have a lot less power. While it's going to be lighter, are you really going to go very far on 25 horsepower? Probably not. This bike is a great compromise. The number 3 reason I appreciate this bike is one of the reasons a lot of people say it is not a decent adventure bike, and that is the 1917 wheel setup. I have to disagree. I'm not Brett Tax. I bet you're not Brett Tax. And that means you're not going to be taking an adventure bike, any adventure bike, over 12 and 14 inch rocks and ledges. You're just not gonna. It's not an adventure bike. That's for someone with an incredible amount of skill. But what we can do on a 1917 is get over anything reasonable. You want to go over a ledge that's 12 inches or so? This bike will do it. I've done it. You want to hop over a little over a 6, 8, 10 inch log? It'll absolutely do it. No problems. The 19-inch wheel lets you do a decent amount of climbing off-road. And importantly, it does it without sacrificing the fact that you're going to pound the pavement to get there, and the 19-inch wheel is going to turn in nicely on curves and corners. You can carve a canyon with this bike on your way to the off-road. Then that 19-inch wheel will cross obstacles when you get there. So I definitely think a benefit of this bike is the 1917. The number 2 reason I appreciate the 390 Adventure is the aftermarket support. You're going to take this bike, you're going to go on an adventure or two, and like every bike owner, you're going to want to start farkling it to make it your own, or simply add levels of protection that you feel you may need. And this bike has that aftermarket support. You can hop on Amazon, AliExpress, or a plethora of Indian suppliers and replace anything you would want and add anything you would want to this bike relatively inexpensively, except the foot pegs. I have no idea why foot pegs are incredibly expensive on this bike. But my point is, you can make this bike your own and you can add any kind of protection. You want new crash bars? Pick them. You want to have protection for your radiator? Plenty of them out there. Protection for your brakes? Plenty of them out there. Everything you could want in the aftermarket exists for this bike, despite it only being 2 years old, and there's enough choice that the price has come down to almost dual sport levels, certainly lower than your average adventure bike. The thing I appreciate most about the KTM 390 Adventure is its value. For $6,600, you get an incredibly capable machine that will take you on the road, including the highway, wherever you want to go, and handle, within reason, any kind of dirt road or double track trail you will hit. And that's a great price. And in addition to just being an overall good bike, it's got safety features like lean sensitive traction control and ABS that you just do not find in this price point. Additionally, you have WP suspension that is fully adjustable. Again, not found in this price point on anything else. For your dollar, you will not get more than the KTM 390 Adventure gives you. And that is a great thing in today's economy. Definitely the number one thing I appreciate about the bike, and I hope you do too. Well, if you stuck around listening to my mic test / rant about the wonderful things about this bike, I really do appreciate it, and take care.